Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm looking at this very recent article from Search Engine Journal. It says only 45% of SEO specialists feel their job is secure. So this came out the last day of January 2020. Okay, so they surveyed nearly 500 SEO specialists, and I don't know if they, who they surveyed, if it was people that working in-house as a SEO specialist or people who work at agencies or solo consultants. I really don't know. But they say less than half of them feel secure in their positions, citing algorithm changes as a source of worry. Come back to that. Roughly 80% of SEOs are concerned algorithm changes will negatively impact their career, and nearly 3 in 4 are concerned that algorithm changes will have negative implications for the industry overall. Now, I did talk to somebody recently that said that they know people personally that were just laid off because of declining SEO. We'll come to that. Okay. So 60% of SEO specialists say they've experienced layoffs or firings as a result of algorithm changes. That's not good. That's kind of scary. Really scary. Okay, despite nearly 1 in 4 SEOs perceiving their job security as precarious, most report a high level of job satisfaction. And they say that, it's creative, engaging, and intelligent. So they get to be creative, they get to be engaging and intelligent. These are all words that they use to describe it: prestigious, fun, repetitive, exciting, difficult, intelligent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, not really care about that. Oh, this is interesting. Percentage who have struggled explaining their use of SEO. 60%. Only 40% said that they didn't have a struggle explaining their use of SEO, but 60% did. I find that very interesting. And I'll come back to that because SEO is not difficult to explain, but it is difficult to do. And I'll talk more about that. But basically, SEO hasn't changed. Search engines, Google, Bing, whatever, they want to deliver the best results. We'll just talk about Google because basically they're 90% of the market. They want to return results that when people type in something, they want to return things that satisfy their goal completion, their task completion. So the pages that come up should allow people to execute on that task. They should be able to complete the task that fits what the majority of people who are typing in that term want to complete. So the content or the functionality on that page has to match. Now, the other aspects of this: building links to your site, making technical SEO, yes, it's a little part of it, but that's far from the only thing. Making sure that the design of your site is good to where Google is going to get good user signals. Design is a competitive advantage in SEO. So you do need to be able to not only write and do technical SEO, but you need to be able to work with the design team or design. You need to be able to develop. You need to be able to do outreach to people for links. And the company itself has to have a good product and good customer service, because reviews are part of that too. That's part of the overall brand. Now, I do understand that some industries like health and insurance are going to be more competitive, and in those cases, the bigger brands are usually going to win. So if you are facing really stiff competition from giant Fortune 100 brands, you need to build your brand as big as possible as well. So all these other things have to come into play too, like social media, like content creation, like content promotion, advertising, overall company sentiment, reviews, all these things also come into play. So it's not just SEO. SEO is the culmination. This is what people don't understand. SEO is not something that's off in the corner by itself. It's the culmination of all the other things that go into building the site. So if you're only focusing on adding keywords and doing technical SEO, you will be at a disadvantage. Okay, so here's the things that they say are frustrating. Sometimes they say, these specialists say that they work over 8 hours or 5 or more days a week, and they put in a lot of hours, and that's because there's tight deadlines faced by many in the industry. So, short deadlines, changing project scopes, frustrating clients, difficult client expectations, time to achieve results, unrealistic client expectations were the top 7 things that were mentioned. So these are all things of expectations of people expecting SEO to work instantly. I'm very thankful that I have a very small operation and I'm able to take on clients that I want to take on. I'm very happy because of that because, again, I don't have a large staff. I don't have a big payroll. When you get into these large companies where it's like 50, 100 people on staff, you often find yourselves taking on clients just to pay the bills. That's a difficult place to be. So, I've never really experienced too many things like this because if people in my initial contact with them have an expectation that like SEO is going to work within a month, there's usually a lot of work that needs to be done. And as I mentioned, content creation, link building, designing your site all over again is sometimes necessary. Can't just sprinkle the SEO dust on there. So I'm able to sidestep a lot of these things. Okay, now I'll tell you some things that are sometimes frustrating for me. Somebody said changing effectiveness of tactics. I mean, it's not like Google hasn't told you in advance a lot of these things are going away, like private blog networks, like some things that are like gimmicky things like social bookmarking and stuff like that. It's not like they haven't told you that for years. Like I said before, the things that I mentioned previously a couple of minutes ago, that's what you need to do. You need to be the best. In order to rank at the top, you need to be the best. And sometimes that is more than just one aspect. It's all the aspects at once. Repetitive tasks and creative burnout. This is like, I think, the things that affect me personally the most. I try and get like 8 hours of sleep every night, things like that. Try and go out and do something fun at least once a week. Kind of helps with this. And I try not to pile on too much per day. Try not to take on too much. Take on what you can carry, but not too much more than that. Don't take on too much. Okay. Unethical competitors. Yeah, I've seen this. There are things that work, especially like in Google Maps. You see a lot of things that are unethical all the time. I see it every day. Google Maps especially. The normal Google search results, not as much anymore, but Google Maps still has a lot of exploits that still happen. So anyway, okay. Percentage who said they've used unethical SEO tactics. Again, 61% said no. 40% said yes, they've used unethical tactics. I think, if you ask 500 SEOs what's unethical, you're going to get 500 different answers. So take this with a grain of salt. Okay. Most say SEO is not their long-term career. Hey, good news for me, man. I love it. I've been a full-time SEO for about 2.5 years. I was doing full-time development, kind of transitioned into it. What is it, 2020? Yeah, it's been like 2.5 years. So, yeah. I could stay here for 6 more years, for sure, or longer. Percentage planning to attend a SEO conference within the next year. 53% said yes. If somebody else is paying for it, maybe. Those tickets are expensive. I can watch the videos on YouTube. How long people plan to stay in the SEO industry? 1 to 3 years and 4 to 6 years were the top 2 answers. So, what is that? 67, 68% of people are only going to be in it 1 to 6 years. Awesome news, because I'll still be here. Methods of staying current with the SEO industry. This is what I found very enlightening. Okay? Look at what's number 1. Free online courses and training. Okay? Free online courses and training. Like a lot of people are just making money off the courses, or they upsell courses. Diversifying skills. That's a good way. Reading news and blogs. We'll get you part of the way there. I think again the problem is if you're only working on 1 or 2 sites, you don't get the full picture. If you're working on multiple sites, you can see bigger patterns. And news and blogs. A lot of people regurgitate stuff that they read, and then it becomes like a game of telephone where the message gets twisted and people start passing around things that aren't necessarily true. And again, if people are only doing SEO on a part-time basis or only doing it for a few sites, they don't see the larger patterns. So I don't know that this is 100% reliable. So attending conferences and seminars, this is kind of the same thing as following industry leaders and influencers on social media. Again, some of these people don't have their hands in the dirt with SEO. They might be doing a lot of content creation. They might be the brains behind a tool, or the part of the leadership team behind tools or blogs. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing SEO on a daily basis. So take those things with a grain of salt. Paid online courses and training, 27% of people said that they were using that. I guess that can be okay. Depends on who you take it from, because a lot of these things are, again, it's, people selling courses. That's how they make their money sometimes. Tracking algorithm updates. I mean, how do you really know what's in the algorithm? When you say tracking algorithm updates nowadays, the only way that you can really effectively do this is to have a portfolio of sites that you're managing. Because, again, if you're not doing that, you're just kind of taking other people's word for what's going on. And I don't like that necessarily. To me, the best way of staying current with the SEO industry is to do SEO for clients. Because no matter what people say, no matter what a blog says, no matter what a course says, you're going to see what actually works. And you're going to find that some of these things are not as 100% reliable as you think they are. That's what you're going to find around certain things. A lot of the common advice is good and solid, but some of the other things that are taught are not correct. Okay, so anyway, I just thought that was interesting. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO. I'm here every single day giving SEO tips or talking about SEO. And we're almost at 500 subscribers, so I just want to say thanks to everyone. That's amazing. Thank you. And also, we're at 90,000 views. We're almost at 100,000. I want to say thanks. I appreciate it. I'll be here tomorrow, and until next time, peace.